Good evening to those who listen. March 27th, 2025, 6:30 p.m. A little bit of action in the sky. All right, I think I'm done crying for a while. So, I got some good news and bad news and all that. And, just to start, God's got everything in control. It's just a little trial and tribulation, another one to go through. But thank God for the church and people in the church. Some of my friends there. I have one Bible study teacher who teaches us on Wednesdays. He's a tax expert, so he helped me with what was going on. So it's amazing how I guess some people just don't know their job. But anyway, he says, well, let's call them and see what we can, get done here. So we got a hold of an agent, and within 5 minutes, she figured out the whole thing. So it was like, I don't know what was up with this other guy. If he would have just... So what happened was, she said the reason I need to file for Iowa State was because the unemployment I received was taxed. I didn't know that, or I didn't remember that. So if that guy would have just said that in the first place, then everything would have been totally different. So the man from church, he's going to help me with this. He's a real good guy. But so he says, after he figured it out, he already figured everything out. So I gotta just sign these papers and I guess send it off. So supposedly I'm going to owe $147. I mean, that's not the end of the world or anything. But it's a gut punch, Right now I'm hurting for money, so I'll be fine. But it's just making it really, really super tight. So that's the good news. I mean, at least this is finally going to get taken care of. The guy that I talked to, I called the Iowa Department of Revenue yesterday, and they referred me to the supervisor of the whole thing. And he called me, and I talked to him earlier today, and he said, I was talking about everything, and he said the man who's supposed to be working on my case, he didn't look into it properly. So, the other guy, he apologized kind of, and, I told him, I said, if you would have just told me in the beginning, that it was because of that. But he said he assumed, which you never should do, never assume. He assumed that all of my unemployment was from Colorado and not Iowa. So that was his mistake. So no big deal there, I guess. It's all over with. I apologized to him too for getting upset. But he said he understood, it's frustrating. That's what he said. It's frustrating. You're probably very frustrated. Yes. And it's not so much the Iowa, but the Colorado. So I talked to Colorado today, and the lady, I guess my mind has just been, ugh. So I forgot what she told me the other day. She says I need to go get this printed out. So she gave me the email of how to appeal this thing. And so I got to go to the library and print this out. I don't have a printer. Well, I got a printer, but I don't know if it works, and it needs ink. I never did. I should get that thing up and running. But anyway, what was I gonna say? Okay, my mind has just been scattered lately. So I've been spending some time with God here. Okay, so the guy or the woman, she said do that and then mail it out, and maybe you won't owe anything. And I'm like, wait a minute, this thing has already been discharged. On the website, she's seen it too, and on there it says it's been discharged, it's done and over with, case closed. And then they opened it up again. So, and it's any one of these agents that's allowed to look into my account, they can see right above where it says overpayment, right above it says discharged. So why can't they look at that and say, hey, oh, this has already been done and over with? I went through the hearings, I went through getting the head person at overpayments to fix it, and now it's here again. So I don't understand why she said that maybe there's a chance maybe that I don't owe nothing. I'm like, and I said, what do you mean? It's already been discharged, it's already a closed case. Well, you'll just have to file the appeal and see what happens. So now I gotta do that. So tomorrow I'm gonna get all that printed out, fill it out, take a picture of the page on my account that says it's already discharged, and maybe they'll look at it and say, oh, look at how stupid we are. It's already closed case. And then everything will be done and over with. Because none of it makes sense. I made $21,000 in unemployment from Iowa and Colorado. So I already know that, well, actually I can figure that out. The lady said unemployment for Iowa was $6,500. So that means approximately 15,000 was Colorado. So how do I owe double what I even received? But all of it's legit anyway. It's the closed case. So I don't know what their problem is. It's really dumb how nobody seems to know their jobs and can't just look in the computer system and find out that I've already went through all the hearings. I'm done 3 years ago. Why is it coming back up? So I don't know. So I was supposed to have my singing audition for the worship team on Wednesday, but my voice still isn't there. I can sing like one song, maybe two, and then it just gives out, and I get all low like I am now, all scratchy. When I sing the one song before my voice does give out, it's really good though. It's like I got my voice back, at least for a few minutes. And I've been doing a lot of sit-ups to have to strengthen my diaphragm so I can belt it out. But it just like all of a sudden, it's weird too, because I got frustrated on Tuesday when I was practicing, and I just started singing a bunch of different songs. And it's weird because it's like, okay, now I can sing it for a little bit, and then it's like every 30 seconds to a minute, it's like, oh, it's there, oh, then it's gone. Oh, it's there, and it's gone. It's like, what is going on? So I had to reschedule. Uh-oh. Looks like we might have some scalar waves here. Let's take a closer look. So she says, it's no problem. They'll just reschedule. Just let me know when you're able to do the audition. Oh, over here too. We're supposed to get some rain, I think, and it's supposed to be windy. Tomorrow's supposed to get to almost 70 or almost 80, 79. That's what they're saying. Look at those look at those clouds. It just happened. When I started this video, they weren't there. So that must mean they're charging the sky up now. But again, with everything that's going wrong, and there's another thing that went wrong too today. I mean, I don't know for sure, but what's going to happen. But after the 1st of April, I was going to call the landlord and see, what's next. If we can go month to month, or if she wants us to sign, like a 6-month lease. Well, I don't have to call her now because she sent an email and she says we need to sign a new lease or vacate. It's like, the way the email shows, it seems like it's like really rude, like in your face, you need to vacate. But the rent increased, which is no big deal at all, from $800 to $840. So it's only $20 a month each for me and my roommate. That's not the thing. The thing is the year. I don't know if we can do another year. We were on the edge of being evicted as it was, and I don't want any one little thing to go wrong and we get evicted. So we don't want, we were even thinking, geez, kind of looks like a face. A skull, I should say, even. We don't know if we want to stay here longer. And with Colorado, one of the options was moving back to Colorado, but with this, I'll have to see what happens with this appeal for sure. And then Florida was another option, or just staying somewhere here in this area. I don't care where I go. It's up to God. It's God's will. But the problem is, I don't know if I know what God's will is. That's my problem. No matter how much I pray and ask for, the answers to what I should do, where I should go. I'll go anywhere you want, Lord. But I just don't know. And it seems like, there's been times like when I first moved to Colorado, I knew that was right. When I moved to the other side of Colorado, that was right. But the other times when I moved back to Iowa, I don't know if that was right. I know beyond a shadow of a doubt, 2016 when I went to Colorado the first time, that was God. And 2019, when I moved to the other side of Colorado, I knew that was God. But the times when I moved away, I don't know if I should have moved away. Everybody always says, especially my ex, what about your kids? What about your family here? And that's what always made me go back to Iowa, because I want to be with my family. I'm really tight with one of my sons, and with my daughter. We were really tight for a while there, going to church and everything, but she changed. So please pray, please say a prayer for my daughter, because she's experimenting, I guess, and looking into Islam. She wants to do that now, and I'm just praying that she sees the truth in it and comes back to Jesus. So I got everybody at church praying for her. So when I was, sorry I'm making this long, but if you just kind of a little testimony here. So I've just been so drained of energy mentally, and I took a little nap, and then when I woke up, I just needed some music, so I put on Katie Nicole, and she's really got some really good songs, and she has a beautiful voice. And then I was looking at I was wondering how old she was, so I looked her up and saw some pictures. She's 24. My daughter's 15. But I saw some pictures, and one of them looked just like Megan, my daughter. And I was thinking, when she gets a little older, she might look like that. So I was sorry. I sent her a song by her. It's a really good one. When I Fall. Look it up. It's really good. I mean, all her songs are really good. And Hold On. Hold On was the first one I started with because that's what I need to do is just hold on and trust God through all this. And that's what I'm doing. But anyway, oh, I was going to show you real fast. I'm gonna go now. Sorry that this was so long, but I'm just speaking life, speaking love, speaking God, speaking Jesus. I'll show you the picture I was looking at. Well, it's kind of weird. I looked for, put her name in search in my phone, and I came up with some different images. These images, there's a lot of pictures where she looks a lot different, and none of these are the one that I was talking about. So I'll have to do another video then, I guess. I'll have to, it's weird. I don't get it. Because these don't look like anything like the other picture that I was talking about. So I'll have to do another video, I guess. One other thing, piece of good news, if you can call it good news. I entered to win some tickets to Pink Floyd tribute band, and I won. And the only problem is it's literally Saturday night, so I don't know. I haven't been to a concert in forever because of my problems with my health. I'm a lot better now, but I don't know. Maybe this would be a good thing to try because see how I do. Because if I can go to this, then I can go to another concert I've been really wanting to see, which was Kane, and also Katie Nicole, and I would like to see her in concert. Ben Fuller also, so it would be a pretty good concert. I'd want to go that, but the problem, that's I don't know if I can with my whatever problems, and then I don't know if I can drive all the way there too because it's in Cedar Rapids. It's not far. It's about 60, 70 miles. So it's like a little more, it's like an hour and a half to get there. It's not bad, but with my problems, I don't know if I could do it. But anyway, there you go. My friend another friend from church, he says, man, you've gone through so much. But he says he loves my spirit because through it all, there's lots of complaints and lots of stuff that's going on that's bad. But he says, your faith has not wavered. Sure, I get a little upset and stuff, but he says your faith hasn't wavered, and you always just give it to God, and that's true. And I'm doing a lot better at it, not getting so upset. I mean, I do get upset, but it doesn't matter. As long as you give it, to the Lord, that's all that matters. I don't know if I'm going to go see this or not. I'm not into secular bands anymore, really. But, I really did like Pink Floyd, but I don't know. We'll see. Thanks for watching. God bless.